Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Indic Observer. Today, we are diving into a situation that's brewing between India and Pakistan after the horrific Pahalgam terror attack. The world is watching, and Pakistan is on edge, waiting to see what India's next move will be. So, stick with me for the next few minutes as we discuss this. On April 22nd, 2025, a brutal attack in Pahalgam, a town in Jammu and Kashmir, left 26 people dead and mostly tourists, including one Nepali national. The Resistant Front, a group linked to Pakistani based Lashkar-e-Toiba, claimed the responsibility. And while Pakistan is watching nervously and seems to be waiting in anticipation, the silence from India hasn't meant inaction. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. It's been a silence that is strategic, deliberate, and maybe even a calm before a calculated storm. And just yesterday, I shared a video talking about how India issued a media advisory. This wasn't your regular government memo. This was a serious national security directive. And the advisory clearly mentioned that no live coverage of any military operations will be allowed. And you would ask why? Because I think something is brewing. The Indian Army and Navy also dropped cryptic posts, which I had covered in detail in the same video. And again today, the Indian Navy posted another signal loud and clear on X.com. The taglines read, "Anytime, anywhere, anyhow." Now, that's not just a quote, right? I think it's a message, a warning, and maybe a glimpse of what India's intent is. Uh, but India is not just about cryptic tweets and media blackouts, right? They're going global with this. Countries like the UK, Saudi Arabia, Canada, and even Nepal have condemned the attack and shown support. India's Foreign Minister S. J. Shankar, in the slide you can see him, is out talking to the ambassadors of several countries, countries like Nepal, Germany, Egypt, Argentina, Israel, Saudi Arabia, New Zealand, and the UK. He's hammering one phrase: cross border linkage or cross border terrorism. And that's not just random, it's a deliberate signal to the world that Pakistan's got some explaining to do. And India is building its case, and they're making sure that everyone who knows who's behind these attacks. Now, let's talk about the diplomatic actions India has already thrown. While no bullet has been fired yet from the Indian side, the diplomatic responses have already hit hard to Pakistan. India dropped a five-point plan, first of which it was suspending the Indus Water Treaty, which is a big deal because Pakistan's agriculture and economy depend heavily on those rivers. Second, India shut down the Atari Wagah border, which is a key trade and travel link. Third, they cancelled all SARC visas for Pakistani nationals and those in India to pack up and leave in 48 hours. And fourth, they kicked out the Pakistani military advisors from New Delhi. And the fifth was both countries are slashing their diplomatic staff. And these are massive moves, right? They're hitting Pakistan where it hurts economically, diplomatically, and even symbolically. And today, on 27th of April 2025, during Modi's Man Ki Baat radio address, which means talking from the heart, he didn't hold back. He said, there's a deep anguish in my heart. The terrorist attack in Pahalgam has hurt every citizen of the country. Then he went hard, promising that the harshest response possible to both the attackers and the backers. He even said that justice will not only be done, but it will be seen. Now, that line wasn't just random, right? It was a clear message to those who always ask, where's the proof? What did India do? So, well, yeah, maybe this time India wants everyone to see. And here's the thing: India hasn't gone full military mode yet. No airstrikes, no boots on the ground. Instead, they're playing a long game, getting global support, and making sure every nation knows this was a cross border terrorism. And you would ask why? Well, because India is not just a country, it's a global heavyweight as well. Let's talk about numbers real quick. India is the fifth largest economy by GDP, fourth by nominal GDP, and third by purchasing power parity. It's on track to overcome Japan and Germany soon, becoming the world's third largest economy. And that's not just a big flex, it's a responsibility. And India is acting like a mature global player, showing it's not just about economic muscle, but it's about strategy, it's about planning, it's about precision, and it's about vision. And India is not going to rush some reckless military move. Instead, they're going to build a rock solid case first, letting the world know exactly who's responsible and why India's response, when it comes, will be justified. And Pakistan's feeling the pressure right now, and it shows because on one hand, their Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is calling for neutral investigations, like I mentioned yesterday, acting all diplomatic. But on the other hand, the Railway Minister Hanif Abbasi recently bragged that Pakistan has 130 nuclear missiles pointed at India. Yeah, you heard that right. 130 nuclear missiles. Now let's break that down, right? Pakistan's nuclear program started in 1970, and they've built an estimated 165 to 170 nuclear warheads. According to open sources, they developed those weapons using illicit means in 1980s and 1990s, including the nuclear tech smuggled from Western countries and China, and some shady deals involving scientist AQ Khan, who shared nuclear know-hows with countries like North Korea. The point is, Pakistan has got some serious arsenal, and they are not shy about flexing it. But here's the catch, right? Waving nuclear arms around doesn't exactly scream that we want peace. And let's not forget, the world has seen this before. Because remember Osama bin Laden? He was chilling and hiding in Abbottabad, Pakistan, when the US took him out in 2011. Now, reports are suggesting that the mastermind behind the March 2024 Crocus City Hall attack in Russia, a Tajikistan national, might be hiding in Pakistan. And if that's true, Russia is going to be knocking on Pakistan's door, and you can bet they won't take no for an answer. And any goodwill Pakistan has left, which, let's be real, not much, will vanish. Russia's already cold relationship with Pakistan will turn freezing, and Russia already is a very good friend with India. So Pakistan is looking very isolated by the day. And speaking of nukes, India is no slouch either, right? India is sixth globally with around 180 nuclear warheads, and they're steadily upgrading their program as well. Unlike Pakistan, India's warheads are not deployed. They are kept in reserve, showing and adhering to the no first use policy. And that's India's playing a responsible card, balancing India's strength and restraint. Now, let's zoom out for a second, right? In one of the earlier videos that I made, I talked about how India will be winning big in the US China tariff war. Manufacturers are eyeing as the next big hub as India, especially as China's cost rise. But here's a theory that I floated, right? China might not mind if India gets tangled in a messy conflict with Pakistan. A distracted India means less competition for China. And heck, some might even say that China could subtly encourage Pakistan to make the first move. Maybe not a full on war, but something bold to stir the pot, right? And I'm not saying it's happening, but the geopolitics over here are straight up chess and not checkers. So, where does this leave us? I'm not here to speculate, but the signs are clear. India is gearing up for something. The diplomatic moves, the global outreach, Modi's fiery words, they all point to a response that's coming. But don't expect a massive war. India is too smart for that. Instead, look for a something swift, precise, and something surgical, like the surgical strike in Uri or the surgical strike in 2016 of Uri and Balakot airstrikes of 2019. It'll send a message without dragging everyone into chaos. And Pakistan is nervous for a reason. They know India is not bluffing this time. And that was today's discussion. So, what do you think India's next move will be? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below and smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon if you want to don't miss the next update because this story is far from over. So, until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep observing. See you guys next time.